don't even know. Oh, we live, baby.
Oh,
Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with the Homies. I am your favorite, everybody's favorite, Qwan. If I'm not your favorite, then get your mind right, baby. But I'm Qwan, and as always, I'm joined by my homie Cooley.
hey, what's good, man?
You know what I mean? Cooley go way back. We go way back to getting drunk in class. You know what I'm saying?
Can't believe that.
And my boy Sylvan the Don, aka our Shannon Sharp, according to the comments. our Stephen A. Smith, according to the comments.
I love the Stephen A. Smith compliments. I love the Shannon Sharp compliments. These are high compliments for me, man. Thank y'all. I will yell for y'all.
Yeah, I love it. I love it too. I love it. And I love that the world they now get to see this and they get to deal with it, because we've been dealing with this for the last 5 years. We've been getting screamed on in the group chats and in real life for the last 5 years. So now y'all got to get screamed on too. All I'm saying is,
time now, man.
Facts.
Hey, man, you know,
So
it's all passion.
say for yourself, man.
It's all passion, you know, and please don't run
passion?
up on me. Please don't any of y'all, please don't run up on me in real life. You know what I mean? With all that energy, bro. I'm not like that on a day-to-day basis. I have a lot of things going on in my life. Do not be coming up to me trying to, match my energy. It would not go down that way. We will be having a very, very, very calm conversation. You dig? But it's all love. Enjoy the entertainment.
It's all up,
my brothers. It is.
It's all
brother love.
Cool. You got a title on your shoulder
man.
today, baby. What's that about?
We got one of the best titles, man, from one of the best eras. You feel me? Come on, man. Smoke and
Stone Cold.
It's the best.
I love
It's the GOAT.
Stone Cold over here.
Who is y'all?
One day we're gonna talk about Stone Cold being overrated, man. No, I'm just playing.
Something like Triple H.
I do love Triple H. For real. I really do.
Triple H being your favorite is kind of crazy.
I just love the fact that he was never really that guy.
That's your favorite.
He was never really that guy, but he became that guy. And I really respect that. I really respect somebody who just he was never really bred to be the number one person, but he just took that shit. Excuse me. He just took that. And he was like, yo,
right.
I'm about to be that guy. So, yeah, I respect it.
I feel it. What was y'all turkey days looking like, man? Did y'all do anything?
I cooked.
I didn't do nothing. I was just at the home chilling.
You
cooked?
Nothing?
What you cook, man? What you cook?
I made some vegan mac and cheese. I made a vegan stuffing and some Brussels sprouts. And then I had some chicken. You got to balance it out. Can't be completely vegan. Can't be out here.
Brussels sprouts.
You know what I mean? But it was good. I enjoyed myself. I chilled. I kicked it.
Thanks for the plate, man.
I went home. I went and saw my mom's, man. Pulling up on that street. Yo, it's so crazy pulling up to where you was basically raised at, because it feels so different, but at the same time, so recognizable. It's weird. It's the weirdest feeling ever. But I pulled up on my mom's. I went and ate. We watched Squid Games for a little bit. It was cool. It was cool. Definitely
That's
cool.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah, y'all got to peep that Squid Games, man. If y'all ain't seen that new Squid Game reality show, it's pretty much a real life version of what the TV show was. But it's people be stabbing each other in the back for that bread. It's crazy. It's insane.
I heard they suing. I heard they suing for a lot of the cast. Well, not suing, but I heard a lot of them were complaining about getting hypothermia and anxiety attacks. A lot of the contestants.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow, that's crazy. Hypothermia? What's that about?
Yikes.
But I wonder if it's are y'all really suing for hypothermia, or are y'all just trying to get a bag? Let's be real. They didn't win the bag on the show, so now they're trying to get the bag the other way. Know what I'm saying?
A bag is a bag. It's Christmas time, baby. Got to pay for the presents.
Hey,
gotta figure it out.
All I know is these days, everybody getting sued these days, so I don't know.
We are definitely not touching that. We are.
Yeah, man.
We are definitely staying away from that. It's the. Woo.
Yeah.
All right,
sir.
How about the Cowboys?
Yo, look, before we get into wrestling, Sylvan, I just got to ask you, what happened to your Instagram, bro? Where is your Instagram?
Bro, so look. Some Pakistanis, no disrespect, but it really was. Bro, all right, so look, the thing is, my Facebook got hacked first, right? And
Right.
I got an email basically saying that your email address and your password has been changed from this location, and it's like some location in Pakistan. And I was like, oh, this wasn't me, et cetera, et cetera. I won't lie, I was pretty lax about it. Like, I didn't think much of it. And then I realized that my Instagram was running ads from like Kelly Clarkson saying that she had a weight loss journey and lost like 60 pounds due to the Pfizer vaccine or something like that. I was just like, yo, what is this? And so I reported it, and then they kept running more ads. And then I saw a charge for like $250 on my account. And then my account flagged it, and I was like, nah, this ain't me. And then they shut down my account, and they're sending me a new card. And so, but the ads kept going up. So I think they had a bunch. I think they paid for a bunch of ads, and they're just going up simultaneously through my Facebook. Since I can't log into my Facebook, I think my Facebook is done for real. And so I shut down my Instagram in the meantime to stop the ads from going out, so that nobody thinks anything is crazy. And then I disconnected the Facebook from my Instagram. So yeah, I got about like 3 more days before I think I can figure out what's going on with this Facebook thing. But it's looking kind of like curtains, man. I don't know if I'm getting it back, bro. It's tough out here.
Sheesh. That is insane.
Yeah,
that's a while.
I thought you shut down your. Yo, I thought you shut down your Instagram because like the Wrestling with the Homie fans was getting at you for your AEW takes. I'm like, damn, they on his head like that.
Oh no, never.
Apparently not.
No, never that, man. I'm glad. I'm glad that people are at odds with me about my takes. That feels good to me. That means I'm doing my job. I want people to feel passionate, just as passionate as I feel. But yeah, your boy's out the game, man. I'm not making any likes. I be on like Instagram, like just to see what's going on. Like, I don't have an account or anything, but like I be trying to like look it up online and just be like, yo, what's going on? But your boy's flagged out for a little bit, man. So it's tough. Christmas time.
We gotta get you back, man.
Yo.
Yeah.
Facts. And look, before I get into my first topic, I just want to ask y'all one more time, because today is the day. After tomorrow, we gonna know. So today is the day. Fellas, over and under. Is CM Punk returning tomorrow? Is he? Tell me something.
Cooley, what you think?
I've been saying yes, man. I'm sticking to that. I'm sticking to it.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I thought he was gonna return at the Royal Rumble, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I think he's actually returning tomorrow. But that's just me, and I'm prepared. I'm prepared for either way. Like, if CM Punk does not show up, I will be laughing. If CM Punk shows up, I will be laughing. Either way, it's gonna be guts tomorrow, dog. Like, either way, dog. So I'm ready for it.
Bro, the fans will hijack that show if that man do not step foot.
They're gonna hijack it tonight. Chicago is SmackDown.
Yes.
Chicago,
oh yeah, that
dog.
too. Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be outrageous.
They better not drop the ball, man.
I'm gonna step out and call it right now. I'm finally gonna call it. This is my 100%. I'm gonna stand by it. CM Punk is not returning tomorrow. He's not. That's just me. He's not.
I'm ready. I'm ready for either way, dog. Either way, somebody's gonna get Either way, somebody's gonna get it, dog. Like, WWE is gonna be under fire, or it's gonna be the dirt sheets gonna be under fire, like the Sean Ross Sapps and everybody. No disrespect, Sean Ross Sapp, but it's gonna your mentions are gonna be crazy if Punk goes up tomorrow, dog. I would just get off Twitter.
That's facts.
They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad when it's almost.
Bruh, if Omos walks out there instead of CM Punk, man, they might as well just retire Omos, because that stadium is gonna burn that ring to the ground, man. They better not try Omos big ass out there instead of CM Punk. Hell no.
Somebody said they should hit CM Punk's cult of personality, and then it'd be Grayson Waller that comes out. Yo, it'd be so crazy, dog. I think that heat would be insane.
That would be hilarious. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Jeez.
They wouldn't do that, dog.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
What if it's Braun Strowman? Mad at it
though.
No, ain't he gone? He's out of here, right?
Braun, no. No.
Nah.
Sasha Banks though. Hey, Bailey is teasing Sasha Banks on Instagram. I know y'all saw that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know anything about that. That would be insane to me. But there has been some dirt sheets. There's been some dirt sheet reports about it. So I don't know.
Right.
I have a hunch.
All right, man.
I don't know, man.
All right, look. Let's get into some topics because
Let's get into some topics, man.
last week I sat here and I don't want to say I wasn't fair because I was definitely fair, but I was kind of hard on my home team, AEW. I was kind of hard on Edge. I said some very disparaging things about Edge's return and how it hasn't lived up to any hype. And I still stand by that. I still 100% stand by that. But I want to give AEW a little bit of grace today because we just attended Full Gear and it was incredible. It was an incredible show. I loved every minute of it. And it brought to my attention that AEW live show is really the best live show going today in professional wrestling. But it also made me realize that WWE's live show, and I hate to say this because I know a lot of people are going to get upset about it, but WWE's live show, it kind of lacks soul. Like the essence of professional wrestling is kind of absent at WWE's live show. And like, I kind of knew this already in my heart, but attending AEW live for like the third time, it really resonated that in me. Cause like, look, I've been to a lot of different shows. I have been to small indie shows where there's 200 people in the stands. I'm talking about everything from New Japan Pro Wrestling USA to GCW, wherever. Regardless of whether it's 200, 300 people in those stands, those people are fired up the entire way. Those people are fully engaged with whatever's going on in that ring, regardless of whether they know who that person is or not. Those people are very passionate about the sport of professional wrestling. You go over across the street to a WWE show, and that feeling is kind of lost. You look around the arena, you see a lot of people on their phones, a lot of people having side conversations with their girlfriends or their homies. People aren't really paying attention to the show like that. They're not really engaged by what's going on in that ring. A lot of times I feel like WWE fans only show up to the show just to chant what? That essence, that soul is kind of lost at WWE shows. And I feel like the reason for it is that WWE has kind of crossed that mainstream line where their audience isn't really a pro wrestling audience anymore. That might be the essence of it on the very low. But in the wider scope, WWE's audience, because WWE is such a machine, WWE is such a glamorized conglomerate that WWE shows feel like, you know, the hot club where girls are hanging from the roof. There's girls walking around with the bottles with the sparklers on it. And it looks good when you're there.
Supper Club?
But at the same time, it's like, am I really having fun? Everybody just standing around on the wall trying to look cool, trying to bring girls. That's kind of what WWE shows feel like now. That's kind of what WWE shows feel like now. And AEW shows feel like a lit-ass house party. AEW somehow has been able to galvanize both sides of the fan base. They've been able to take that small room essence that we get at these independent shows, but they've been able to put that in a WWE-sized arena. Now, granted, the audience sizes in AEW aren't as big as WWE's, but still, on any given week, there's 5,000, 6,000 people in those seats. And all those people are fully engaged with everything that they're seeing in that ring. Those people are fully engaged with all the wrestlers. They're chanting throughout the night. There is no downtime. AEW has the best live show going today. And we saw that in person. Fellas, I want to get y'all opinion on this. Does AEW have the best live show going today? Be honest. Be honest.
Huh. That's interesting. It's an interesting take. I will say that Full Gear, that was my first AEW show ever. And it was incredible. I ain't gonna hold you, man. It was incredible. It felt like first day of college, man. It was going. I ain't gonna hold you. It was going. But I will say that when it comes to WWE, I mean, obviously the arena is bigger, so there's way more people, and not everybody's gonna have that same reaction as opposed if you're in a smaller venue, like WWE back in the old days. How can I say this? How can I say this without sounding too political? WWE might have lost his touch, man. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. But there's more kids at WWE shows than it is at AEW's. And that's from what I've seen. That's what I've seen. So more adults is going to have that reaction as opposed to kids just, chanting for the wrestler they love. So, I mean, you can put it like that. But I went to WrestleMania 38 in 2022. It felt like I was in the Forum. Like, it was a small arena, but we was at the AT&T Stadium. So it just, I don't know. It's like a balance, man, because that was crazy. So that's a hard take.
So the thing I've noticed about WWE shows is that if it's like a WrestleMania or like a Survivor Series or like one of those big shows, that's when the wrestling fan base really feels like a wrestling fan base. Like you get that fired up crowd that's energetic the entire night. They're into everything that they're seeing. That's when you get that. But outside of that, like these Monday Night Raws, these SmackDowns, it just seems like people are just there because it's in town. It don't even seem like they follow the show like that. They're not. They might cheer for the Seth Rollins and the Cody Rhodeses when they come out from behind that curtain, but everybody else, they just sitting there. Like Gunther's music hit, and they just sitting there. Like Johnny Gargano, these people music hit, and that audience in that crowd, they just sit there. They don't even know what's going on because they're not tapped in like that. And it's very clear to me. But I don't want to be too hard on WWE. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. I do think AEW has the best live show. Let me just start by saying that. I've been to an AEW Dynamite with Qwan, and that was probably one of the best wrestling shows that I've ever been to in general. It was just fun. That was when MJF basically marked out on Tony Khan and called him a mark, and and we were just witnessing this incredible promo. And then that was like right before he disappeared for like 5 or 6 months because of contract disputes or whatever. And that was one of the funnest shows I ever went to. And then doing this pay-per-view with AEW Full Gear, it was an incredible show, probably one of the best wrestling pay-per-views that I've ever been to. And I've also had a lot of fun at WWE shows as well. Going to WrestleMania was incredible. Raw, I think I'm going to one Raw, which was okay, and then going to another SmackDown with Qwan was pretty cool.
Hey,
that was cool, except for all the pyro.
No. That SmackDown was terrible. Let's be honest. I remember when
I don't even remember it.
Sami Zayn opened the show like in a wheelchair, and like he got F5'd by Brock Lesnar, and we were not into it. We kind of left that show disappointed, bro.
Like that, it was all right, but that we were right next to the pyro too. So like that pyro was like feeling like we had PTSD, and we every time it went off, we were just like, "Yo, what's going on?" But I don't know. I agree. I think AEW has a better show, but I do think that has a better live show. But I do think that WWE, in my opinion, has like certain elements as a company that just doesn't allow it to have the same fandom as an AEW show. For number one, AEW shows are back to back with their matches. Every time one match happens, the next match is happening in literally less than 2 or 3 minutes. With WWE, you're probably getting like 10, 15-minute intervals, commercial breaks, ads, promo packages to the next match or to the or to the next pay-per-view that's about to happen. It just, there's no real momentum, in my opinion. And then also, I think that AEW in general stacks their cards a lot better, a lot more with their fan base in tune than WWE does. I think WWE just kind of like treads lightly throughout their Raws and their SmackDowns, and then once it starts to get to the pay-per-views, that's when we're really seeing the things that we want to see. But in AEW, you could see a star-studded card on a random Dynamite and have just as much fun. So I think the dynamics are different. I don't disagree necessarily with the incentive that AEW is a better live show, but I do think that WWE is just corporate. I think when it comes down to it, it's like a basketball game, right? Like a basketball game is cool, and when you go to see like a regular season game, it's cool, but it's not going to be as popping as a playoff game or as an NBA Finals games You know what I mean? Like, it's just not just because of the dynamics, unless the game is just really, really good. But I don't know. That's just how I feel.
I feel like a lot of it speaks towards the fan bases too, though, because a lot of those like college towns, especially those fan bases at those college basketball games, they're fired up the entire game just because that's what they do. They love basketball so much they're going to be in there cheering nonstop, no matter what. But you get to a town like LA or a big city like LA, and while we do love the Lakers, this is not really like a sports town. This is more of this is the Hollywood scene. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're at Laker games, a lot of times those audiences, they're not that fired up. They're kind of just sitting there on their phones. They got their best outfits on. They're trying to see the stars. You know, Denzel Washington in the stands. Andrew Garfield is sitting ringside with Lil Wayne, and it's like it's glitz and glamour over that like grassroots approach, and that's the difference between AEW and WWE to me. So I feel like WWE, because they're such a large machine, the audience they bring into that arena aren't necessarily always people that really follow the product. A lot of times people just go to WWE because it's in town. The same way, like when you're in Las Vegas, you'll go to the circus, or like, you know, you'll go see Lion King on ice. You're not a fan of figure skating, but you're gonna take your family to go see Lion King on ice just because it's something to do. And I feel like WWE is now occupying a space like that, and that's why we don't see a lot of fired up fans in these Raws and these SmackDowns. It's just people there to have something to do that night. Whereas if you go see AEW, you really tapped in with AEW. You love AEW, so you're going to watch the show.
I met so many people at WrestleMania.
What was that, Cooley?
No, I was saying I met so many people at WrestleMania that don't even follow wrestling. They said they just, love the history of it. I'm like, y'all really bought tickets, you know what I'm saying, just to come and just chill. That's crazy. So I understand because it's there. Yeah.
I also think the star power too, though, right? Like or not even the stars, but just like the interaction between what am I trying to say? Like the intangible interactions that you can have at these shows, right? Like when we were at Full Gear, like people were coming out and screaming "Adam" like all night, right? And like and it was just fun. It was really fun to see that there were so many different elements that the audience could really play into from watching the product as opposed to WWE. That's not really the case. I mean, the most recent thing has been like LA Knight's like you go to a show and you're like, people are like, and but that's like very recent. Before then, it really wasn't that type of dynamic. Right. But AEW has those intangibles. I just think they've been able to, or like, Swerve, like people were just like screaming out, "Whose house?" And everybody's like, "Swerve's house." Like there's so many elements, so many intangible elements in AEW's community that just allows the audience to be incredibly invested, as opposed to WWE. Like I think they're gearing up. Like they've been showing elements of that a little bit, a lot more recently, but they're really corporate now, man. Like they're a multi-billion-dollar company. They're you think of WWE, right. You think NBA, bro. You think of soccer. You think of the NFL. Like it just is what it is.
Right. And before we close this topic, I just want to say this isn't necessarily a bad thing on WWE's end, because at the end of the day, it is a business. And the whole point of a business is to make as much money as possible. So the fact that WWE has galvanized the industry so much that they can pull in fans that aren't even a part of the wrestling bubble and just want to come see the show because it's in town, that's an incredible thing. And that's honestly what AEW is probably striving to do. So at some point, AEW is going to cross that line where their fan base becomes more of the mainstream audience and less of the wrestling bubble. And when that happens, AEW's crowds are going to mirror these dull-ass, soulless WWE crowds. I'm sorry. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I do want to say hats off to AEW for that incredible show, because that was probably the best time I've had at a live show. And this is someone who has been to WrestleManias, who has been to SummerSlams, who has been to all these countless WWE premium live events. And I can honestly say that that was the best time that me and the homies have had at a wrestling show. So hats off to AEW. And hats off to Swerve Strickland for being the man.
Yeah, man. Come on. What?
Hey, yo, technical difficulties. I don't know what that was, but yo. Let us know how you feel below. If you think AEW has the best live show, or if you think we just a bunch of AEW stands that just sit together and circle jerk over AEW. I'm just playing. And pause at that. Big pause.
Whoa, hey, yo.
I am not an AEW stand, but I love AEW. I'm sorry.
Yo, look, man. Unfortunately, Qwan, I didn't believe that I liked everything on this Full Gear pay-per-view. I loved everything, actually, up until one thing, the main event. I hated that main event. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was terrible. Let me tell you why. Now, for those of you who do not watch AEW, or for those of you who are tapped into AEW, either way, I will recap this. Full Gear was last week, Saturday, and our main event was MJF versus a Jay White. Now, let me break down the scene for you all. MJF had a tag team match with Samoa Joe versus, who are the other two guys? Who are the other two guys?
The Guns, bro. Wait,
was it the Guns?
I don't know.
What match are you talking
I missed
about?
the match. I was getting the snacks.
So when me and Cooley left, me and Cooley were in the building. We went to go and get our chicken box snacks or whatever. And
oh yeah, it was the Guns.
It was the Guns, right?
The Ass Boys.
It was the Ass
Yeah.
Boys. So he had a preliminary match or an opening match against them. Now, during this match, I didn't get to see it, but apparently MJF suffered a broken leg, a leg sprain, maybe just a very sorely beaten leg. Can we clarify that? What exactly the injury was?
Yeah. So there was a post-match angle where the Guns attacked MJF and hit him in his leg repeatedly with a chair. They didn't disclose what the injury was, but he was stretchered off and he left the arena in an ambulance.
Absolutely. So he had a let's just say he had a sprained leg. In this pay-per-view, we see that the title is about to be handed over to Jay White by disqualification. Not until an already injured Adam Cole comes out and says, I'm not going to let you, Jay White, take my best friend, take my best friend's title. I will fight you at our main event. And I remember me and Qwan and Cooley were just like, yo, what? Like, how is that even? And then they show the graphic. It's Adam Cole versus Jay White. And we're like, all right, cool. Maybe this is an angle. Quan's like, yo, maybe this is an angle for the devil, right? Like, maybe this is like, Adam Cole has been in it the whole time and he's conspiring. And I'm like, okay, word, bet. All right, it's going to be I'm down for this. Word, right? So then we're going through the whole night. Swerve Strickland has a career-defining match with Hangman Adam Page. We see some incredible matches. We're having the time of our lives, and it's time for our main event. We're tired, by the way. This card was maybe like 10 matches, 12 matches. We got there at 1 o'clock. We all, myself, Qwan, and Cooley got together at 1 o'clock at Quan's spot. We got to the event at 2 o'clock. Then we went to go to Starbucks to get some snacks, and we got in the arena at 3 o'clock. The show started at 4 o'clock. We didn't get out of the arena till 10 o'clock. This is a 9 hour. So you guys got to understand. This is a 9 hour like extravaganza. Basically, they're booking this like it's a WrestleMania. So by the time it's 9 o'clock, bro, we are tired. We are exhausted. We just want to go home at this point. But we still got this main event, and we're ready for something. So Adam Cole comes out injured, walking down with one leg, and Jay White comes out after him, mocking him, which I thought was really funny. I thought that was really great. And then what do we see? Cooley calls it before it even happens. He's like, yo, he's gonna come out like Stone Cold driving the ambulance. And what do you know? We see a MJF coming down, hijacking the ambulance, and has a sprained leg, and he is ready to defend his title against Jay White. Now, these two, for all intentional purposes, have a really great match. Let's just call a spade a spade. Like, this was okay.
It was cool.
These guys have a solid, good match, right? Like, it's good. It's a 81, 85. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, what makes me upset about this main event is the fact that Jay White lost to an injured MJF. And not just an injured MJF with like a broken leg. I mean, with a broken arm. Not even a broken arm, but like a sprained arm or like maybe like a shoulder injury. He has a clearly debilitated leg. Now, we all know this is kayfabe. We all know that MJF's leg isn't broken or isn't sprained or whatnot. We all know that this is a kayfabe angle to incite emotion and to book MJF seemingly like John Cena in 2008. We all get it. We understand what this is. My problem is that somebody of Jay White's caliber should not be losing to an injured MJF. It doesn't even make any sense. As great as Jay White is as a wrestler, he should be able to mop. First off, in my mind, he should be able to mop the floor with MJF at 100%. Let alone a kayfabe injury. How does this make Jay White look? And it brings me
fine.
No, it does. He doesn't, Qwan. And it brings me to my real question. My real question is, at what point is kayfabe unnecessary? You know what I mean? Like, at what point is this just like, we don't like, this is just going too far, right? Like, look, we know that wrestling is kayfabe, but we get it. It's partly why we're into it, because of the theatrics. We are watching a product that is set in motion, it's planned ahead. We're creating stories. Now, I understand the angle of us gathering emotion for MJF, people chanting. He wins, and then MJF just wins, bro. It's like, for what? Why? What was this all about? And now we have reports, dirt sheet rumors, saying that Jay White feels a certain way. And I don't blame you, Jay White. I don't blame you for feeling a certain way. He doesn't like the way he was booked. You know why? Because it was nonsensical. This feels like, I know y'all gonna hate me for saying it. Not y'all. But the IWC, the people who watch this, but it feels like Vince McMahon. It feels like Vince McMahon booking, bro. It feels very much like the wrong decision was being made. It feels like just a circus for us to enjoy. And I get it. Look, wrestling is a circus. It's why we're here. It's partly of the reason why we are attracted to this. But I do have a problem when I see antics that don't really make any sense make a wrestler look worse. In my opinion, and we know how AEW books their championship reigns, Jay White isn't getting another shot at this title anytime soon. He's about to go and feud with whoever he's about to go and feud with until somebody else gets this title. And MJF is, we're about to just continue this "he's our scumbag" thing. And it's cool, but I don't like the fact that we're sacrificing a caliber guy like Jay White and his ability to be able to perform. He should have, from any kayfabe standpoint, he should have won that match, but yet he didn't, and it makes Jay White look terrible. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. I loved Full Gear, but I thought that main event is an example of when taking kayfabe too far goes wrong. That is my TED Talk. I'm ready to argue with y'all. Let's get it going.
Such a purist.
Okay, we all was there. We all was there.
It was terrible.
We all was there. Everybody was chanting, Jay White got robbed. We all said it. Let's be honest. It was dumb. It was a stupid move. Qwan, I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to hear.
Qwan smiling.
Okay, so look.
Come on, man.
So look.
Come on, man.
I'm not going to defend this. I wouldn't say kayfabe necessarily went wrong, but it definitely was overbooked. It was definitely overbooking one-on-one. This was very WWE-ish. This was Cody Rhodes. This was John Cena. And the thing is, we don't want that from MJF. We want MJF to be a scumbag. We don't want MJF to be a hero who overcomes the odds and gets out of a goddamn ambulance to go win a match on one leg. That's not what we want from MJF. But I do understand it. I mean, we got to understand that, wrestling ain't just for us. It's for the kids too. And I'll never forget the feelings that I got when I was 13 and I saw John Cena overcoming all the odds. Like, I love that. So I'm sure there were some kids out there who loved this whole MJF one-legged angle. And, they liked it. But so I'm not going to say I liked it, but I understand the business side of it. But with that said, I feel like y'all putting too much stock in it. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Jay White lost to a man with one leg. It sucked. I love Jay White and I wanted him to win. But so what, man? Like, Jay White to me is the equivalent of AEW's Finn Balor. And the Bullet Club Gold is the equivalent of AEW's Judgment Day. We've seen Finn Balor go out there and lose to Seth Rollins like 8 goddamn times. But at the end of the day, Finn Balor is still hot because Judgment Day is hot. Jay White's still going to be hot regardless of whether he lost this match or not because he's in Bullet Club Gold and they doing their thing right now. So Jay White's career is not over. We don't have to panic and hit the panic button. Like, he's still going to be fine. And lastly, the last point I want to make is the fact that my problems with this match didn't start during the match. My problems with this match was long before the match even happened. It was always obvious to me that Jay White was going to lose this match because MJF was feuding with everyone but Jay White. Like, leading up to this match, MJF had a side feud with Samoa Joe. He also had a side feud with Wardlow. He also had this tension brewing with him and Adam Cole. He also had this feud with Roderick Strong. And it's like, all right, how am I supposed to believe that Jay White is going to win this match when AEW is literally building towards all these other matches that involve MJF as champion and don't involve Jay White? So that was my problem with the match. But other than that, it was what it was. It was overbooked. It was kind of corny. It was
very
goofy,
overbooked.
But
It was
very,
corny.
very overbooked. But, like, life goes on, bro. Life goes on, man. We'll be all right. Jay White is going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
He's fine. I don't understand why everybody on Twitter was was crashing out saying, "Oh my God, Jay White is buried." This guy is not. He's far from buried. Like, he's still going to be fine. We just don't like the fact of how it ended.
Here's the thing, though. I see why people are saying he's buried because he lost to a guy with a broken leg. It's not. This isn't like Cody Rhodes with like a pec injury. It's like, all right, he's got a pec injury, but this guy could still wrestle. Like, he shouldn't be wrestling, but he could still wrestle. He could still walk on his two, and do what he needs to do. He may be at a disadvantage, but it's not going to completely take him out of the game. Anybody with a broken leg should not be winning.
They never said his leg was broken.
Bro, I don't care if it was
injured.
Broken.
He had an injured leg.
I don't care if it was
wasn't
broken, sprained, injured. I don't care if it was swollen, if he had a diabetes flare up. I don't care if he had severe inflammation. I don't care what he had, bro. I don't care, bro. You should not be out here wrestling, limping with a broken leg competitively. And then you're wrestling. It's not even just like, you're wrestling competitively, bro. This isn't believable. It doesn't make any sense. The point of kayfabe is to make me believe something when it's fake, and this isn't believable. That's why I understand why people are saying that, Jay White is getting buried, because it's like, bro, there's no reason on God's green earth that in kayfabe, and even in kayfabe, that Jay White should be having competitive matches with an injured MJF and then losing. It's just dumb. I'm just saying.
Yo,
but it's wrestling.
I'm just saying.
Kayfabe went out the window for me. Once he hit that flying RKO out the ring.
And he jumped off the injured leg to hit it. I'm like, bro, come on.
I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is just so stupid, bro. And it just feels dumb to me. Like, and this is Jay White's first title defense. It's like, dog, this is how you lose. Like, it ain't even. It's just whack to me, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I hear you, Sylvan. I hear you, but at the end of the day, like, it's wrestling. Like, we can complain about kayfabe and MJF winning a match on one leg not being believable, but Danhausen putting spells on people ain't believable.
But it's
Undertaker
funny.
Shooting lightning from his hands ain't believable.
But it's
wrestling. It's all kayfabe. We suspend our disbelief for that 3 hours and then we go on about our day, man. Like,
but the only reason I don't agree with
MJF winning a match with a bum leg. No, MJF winning a match with a bum leg is not the most unbelievable thing. We literally saw Cody Rhodes tear his chest muscle. Like, it was like legit torn off the bone in real life. Like, it turned purple in real life. This was not a kayfabe injury. It was real. And he still won the goddamn match. He shouldn't have won, and Seth Rollins probably should have beat him, considering that Seth Rollins was still going to be there the next day. But Cody Rhodes still won that match. So, like, I don't want to hear about MJF's kayfabe injury.
It's the optics.
He should have lost. Like,
it's
who
the
cares,
optics.
Man?
The optics are different, man. Like, having a broken pectoral. And I keep saying, and I've said this about AEW and the optics of their biggest match in wrestling history show. I was like, we paying attention to the optics. Optics matter. When we talk about the optics of Cody Rhodes having an injured pec, I can believe that he could still win that match because he could still walk on 2 feet and make something happen. If you can't walk on 2 feet in a wrestling match, you shouldn't even be able to win that match on any given ground, bro. If you limping, bro, it's wrap. It's a wrap. You shouldn't even have any type of real competitive nature. And then when we talk about the optics of like an Undertaker, right? Like, nobody believes that Undertaker can really shoot wrestling out of his things, right? But it is what it is because of the character that he presents. I did at one point. But growing up, it's like, oh yeah, that's an Undertaker. He does the dead man thing. It's the optics. Danhausen, that's like, he casts spells. Like, it's a entertaining facet. But like, when we're talking about competitive nature, like competitive matches, like, it just isn't believable. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me that Jay White, like, it could be anybody else. It could have been a bum schmum. And if MJF had a broken leg and won against him, I'd be like, all right, cool, whatever, who cares? But not against Jay White. Not against somebody as great and as capable as Jay White. Nah, that's just stupid. It's dumb.
I still think it was believable. Like, and again, I'm not defending it. I think it was overbooked as hell and it was very unnecessary. But I still think it was believable because, like, we're ignoring the facts of this match. MJF didn't go in there with a bum leg and just out wrestle Jay White and then pin him clean and beat him. MJF limped into the match and then got out wrestled. Jay White was whooping his ass, but you know what Jay White did? He kept taunting to the crowd. He kept taking MJF lightly and mocking him, making fun of his limp. And then when he wasn't paying attention, the ref got knocked down. MJF cheated. Adam Cole got involved. He handed him something to hit Jay White with. Like, MJF did not win clean.
Bro, MJF
it looked to me like Jay White was playing with his food. And we all know the saying, don't play with your food. Jay White went in there, he played with his food, and he got. That's just what happened. That was the optics of the match for me.
MJF had a broken, sprained, inflated leg and hopped on the third rope and jumped off of it with an elbow onto a already flattened announce table to hit Jay White on his chest with a broken, inflated leg. And then he got back in the ring and acted like nothing happened. That's not believable. That's actually
he messed his hip up too.
And he messed his hip up. And then he really messed.
He actually got injured in real life from that match.
Yeah, it's like, bro, that's stupid. It's like, that's stupid. Use your common sense. Like, I don't understand, like, how in any kind of capacity.
Use your common sense.
Use your common sense. Like, I don't want to see it. That's not even, bro. It's like, bro, I don't want to see you. I don't like. Do I really gotta spell it out? Like, I get it, but like, do I really gotta spell it out, bro? Like, at least with a pectoral muscle, Cody was getting hit, and it was like, okay, I believe he's getting hit. It is what it is. Like, he's not doing anything that he couldn't do with his arm. Like, you shouldn't be able to hop on a top third rope and do an elbow bomb off of it onto an announce table that's already broken with a broken leg. That doesn't 1 + 1 = 2, not 4. That's just how I just didn't like the match, and I just feel like when you're overbooking like that, it really just makes the opponent look terrible. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Jay White. You did not deserve that because you are a different caliber.
I 100%. I 100% agree with Sylvan. It don't make sense at all. But I will say that Jay White's not finished, and I really believe that he's not going to lose for a long time after this. He about to go on the spree.
Purists, man. Y'all are such purists. Y'all looking at this from a purist point of view.
But like, MJF is the number one guy in a whole company, so it makes sense. I get it. I understand.
They should have gave him a broken arm.
But
like
broken
arm
look, sometimes
or broken
Qwan,
ear or something.
But what Qwan was saying, I didn't even realize that, but what he said made sense about how all these other side missions was building up, but nothing towards Jay White. I didn't even realize that until just now. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, he wasn't gonna lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But look, again, in certain situations like this, you kind of got to remove yourself from it, and you can't really look at it from your purest point of view because, like I said, it was overbooked. But you know what I also hate in wrestling? I hate when I see like a wrestler go in a ring and beat up like 14 security guards. It just it looks silly to me. It looks stupid. Like, how can these 14 dudes not defeat this one man or bring this one man down? He's just like throwing them over the ropes, beating all their asses. It looks stupid. It looks dumb. But again, that's adult me. When I was 12 years old watching The Rock beat up 12 security guards and toss them over the ropes, I was going crazy. And I was like, oh my God, The Rock is really the best. Like, he's killing all 12 of these guys. So it's like, we got to remove ourselves from the equation sometimes. We got to understand that wrestling is not just built around what we like and what we want to see. There's kids out there who think this MJF angle was incredible. They think MJF overcoming the odds with a bum leg was incredible. We can't just forget about everybody else and focus on what we want to see. This is a business. And that's why I keep calling you a purist, Sylvan, because you're not looking at things from a business point of view. You look at things from a very purist, what I want to see point of view. You over here talking about prestigious world titles and why is Cody the leader of the Survivor Series faction. That's purist. Like, stop being a purist, bro. Look at it from a business point of view. Open up your business.
Jeez, Qwan sound like John Cena right now, man.
My brother.
He for the kids. He sound like John Cena.
What Michael Jordan say, man? F them kids, man. I don't care about them kids. I don't care about what they want. I don't care about what they hear to see.
Oh,
as far as I'm concerned, AEW is here for one demographic, the 18 to 48 demographic, and I'm part of that demographic. So as a part of that core demographic that they're trying to appeal to and trying to get their ratings for, I want to say that your product and that main event, I didn't like that main event. I thought that main event was pretty poo. And as far as and also when we're talking about like the optics of certain things, we all know, like, look, anybody who's watching this podcast that maybe isn't really interesting or just hates wrestling for whatever reason, sucks for you. But like, we understand that certain things just are what they are, right? Like, we know like a wrestler can't beat up 12 security guards at one point, but we understand the optics. Like, it's John Cena. John Cena is Superman, or The Rock is Superman, or Roman Reigns is Superman and has far more power than 12 security guards, right? But that's not the case, in my opinion, for this match versus Jay White. Like, we're just talking about two athletes who are very superior to one another, and at any given disadvantage, especially with a broken leg that you got to stand on to wrestle, should not be having any type of competitive match. Like, you shouldn't be able to do any of that stuff against a Jay White, who is not only an incredible wrestler, but quite possibly a better wrestler than you are. And like, he's losing to you and having a competitive match with you while you have a broken, sprained, inflatable, arm waving. How did you even get, what leg did you use to drive the ambulance to that event? Like, I don't get it. Like, why did I have to see Adam Cole stick up for his best friend? You're gonna get your ass kicked, Adam Cole. You know what I mean? Like, why did I need to see that? I don't understand why I needed to see that, but here I am, and you can tell me I'm a purist. You can tell me that this is business and that I need to just get over it. And I understand that. I get it. But quite frankly, I'm not the only one who feels this way. And you know what's even more messed up? Sorry about that.
The IWC feel this way.
The IWC feels this way. And what's even worse is Jay White feels this way. Jay White has recently come out and said, I don't like this. And you shouldn't like it, Jay White, because you are being made a fool of. You are better than this. You could have came to a better company. That's another topic, though. I don't have that. You know, that's just me.
Hey,
whoa.
Hey,
yeah, I'm sorry.
If WWE would have offered that money, he would have came, man.
Yeah, that's true, man.
WWE's
Tony is
they lowballing.
Yo, Tony's out here giving out.
He would have been at NXT fighting Carmelo Hayes, man.
Yo, Cooley is not wrong. Cooley is absolutely not wrong. He would have been NXT.
You know the vibes.
That's real.
Baron Corbin.
You know the vibes.
I'm pretty sure you got a biggity bag, man. But you have every right to be upset. That wasn't a great match.
Right. Look, before we get into this next topic, I just want to say, side note, I'm not digging MJF as a face no more. I want him to go back to like that evil scumbag because this whole kangaroo kick and all that, it's like it was cute at first, but it's like annoying now. It's like, get back to what we liked you for, man. I don't want to see you out there smiling and doing kangaroo kicks.
I agree.
He doesn't even want that either.
We need that.
But let me know how y'all feel out there, man. If y'all think this match was not overbooked, if y'all think this match was a masterpiece, let us know below because I will be vehemently disagreeing with you because I do think it was an overbooked mess, but it is what it is. Let us know something down below. Now, fellas, speaking of overbooked messes, we all know Sylvan's favorite topic on this podcast is the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the man who owns all the overbooked messes of a match. Fellas, after just 11 matches and 4 title defenses, Roman Reigns' 2023 is over.
Wow.
We are not going to see Roman Reigns until next year, probably around the time of the Royal Rumble or even the Elimination Chamber because WWE has pretty much confirmed that Roman Reigns will not be appearing on our television sets until 2024.
Damn.
Fellas, is 11 matches really enough? Somebody tell me something because I don't know how I feel about this, man. Like, on one hand, I get it. On one hand, I understand it because it's like Roman Reigns feels special specifically because he doesn't wrestle a lot. The fact that Roman Reigns is not on our TV every week is the reason that we clamor to see him. So when he does arrive and have matches, we tune in because we feel like we can't miss it. And the reason we feel like we can't miss it is because he's not there every week. So that's on one hand. But on the other hand, it's like WWE kind of gasses up this title run and they make it sound like it's the greatest run ever. But the fact of the matter is, we ain't seeing him defend the title. So it's like, can we really say that you're having an incredible title run if you ain't defending the title? That would be like me saying, yo, Conor McGregor is undefeated since 2021. That sounds good, right? It sounds good when I say it. Conor McGregor ain't fought since 2021. Of course he's undefeated. He ain't fought nobody. So it's like, how can I really hold this title reign at high regard when he ain't defending a goddamn title? But like I said, that's just me playing devil's advocate. I kind of do agree with the fact that he's not on TV because it feels special. But Sylvan, Cooley, how y'all feel about it?
Like I said,
go ahead, Cooley.
WWE made this world title here in Goddamn for a reason because they knew that this man was not going to be on TV at events like that this year. So they made a substitution and now we're happy about it and we're championing Seth and all these other people to win the title. When in reality, this God tier run of Roman Reigns is kind of non-existent. It's like it's not here. What are we talking about, man? 4 of the 11 matches were house shows. Like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He has.
So we saw him wrestle 7 times?
7 times. 7 times. I believe all the times I think 2 of the matches were tag teams. He only defended his title 5 times. It's like, it's like 1 minute I want to be like, dang, I understand, but then it's like I kind of don't because I don't know what Roman is going through health-wise. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if
He's
that can.
fine. Come on.
I'm just saying, I don't know if that can play a part, but it is unacceptable for the Universal Champion to have this prestige title to only be on TV 7 times.
That's crazy.
That is insane. I don't want to hear it, Sylvan. I don't want to hear you defending this man. This is ridiculous.
Oh, you know Sylvan gonna defend it.
Oh yeah, he's
Roman
going
Reigns
to.
title run. It's like it would be like the Golden State Warriors claiming to be the best team of all time, but they only play like 4 games a year. It's like, okay, where the rest at?
7 broadcasted matches of the year.
Of the year matches, bro. I really want to see, and shout out to Roman Reigns, but I really want to see Roman Reigns' contract and what that looked like, because this man is probably making like 6-7 million for 11 appearances in 7 matches. That's crazy. That's insane. Hey, get your bread though. Get your bread, Roman.
Sylvan, bag, man.
You over here looking stressed and face palming yourself and sighing and rolling your eyes. Go ahead and get it off your chest.
Yeah,
man.
come defend your tribal chief.
Come on, Stephen A. Smith.
Roman Reigns has beat Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, Daniel Bryan and Edge at the same time. Jey Uso twice. He's also beaten Braun Strowman twice. He's beaten Goldberg. He's beaten Brock Lesnar 3 times. I'm going down all of his wins. He's beaten Finn Balor.
The fuck that got to do
Bro,
with
LA
2023,
What
they got to do?
AJ Styles, Finn
What?
Balor again. Brock Lesnar again. Who else do we have? Rey Mysterio. Who else is he beaten? Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens again. Edge, 1-on-1. John Cena again. Who else is this guy beaten? Seth Rollins. Well, I mean, disqualification, but you know. Matt Riddle.
I bet you 95% of those matches is not clean.
Kevin Owens again.
Oh, all of them.
Kevin Owens another time. Drew McIntyre.
This man, look,
Brock Lesnar
Cooley,
again.
he got to name
Jey
matches
Uso
from
again.
2020
Finn
because
Balor
like
again.
he named a match from
Paul.
2019, bro. Like, come on, man.
Daniel Bryan again at Fastlane. Cesaro. Kevin Owens again. Cody Rhodes. Let's not forget about that. Another Kevin Owens. Drew McIntyre again. Brock Lesnar again. Jey Uso. You know what?
All right, so you're just gonna read off a list of names he beat in 2020.
Who has
like, bro,
Roman Reigns in
point,
his
man.
title defense not beaten?
Well, he hasn't defended it against.
Who has he
anybody.
not beaten already?
John
Who has he
Cena.
beat this year?
Crickets, right? All right. So let me.
Who has he beat this year?
Who cares? Who cares who he's beat this year? It's the same.
The
people.
topic at hand is that Roman
He
Reigns
beat
has
LA
only
Knight.
wrestled 11 times,
He beat-
7 times televised, and 4 title matches. That is the topic at hand.
I wanna
We're
see
asking
matches
you,
that
is
are
wrestling
interesting.
7 times
I
in
wanna see-
2023
I wanna see matches that are
acceptable? That
interesting.
is the question.
I
I don't
wanna
give a
see
fuck
matches
what
that are
Roman Reigns did in
interesting.
2019.
I want to
What did
see
he do
matches
in
that are
2023?
interesting. I don't want to see Roman Reigns beat people that he's already beaten for the past 3 years. Maybe that's what you purists want to see because you feel he should be wrestling a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what you purist people want. But me,
We just wanna
I
see
want
the
to see
nigga.
him. I want to see the guy beat somebody that he hasn't already beat. And as far as I'm concerned, he's beating everybody. So yeah, if he only wants to wrestle 11 dates until he gets to WrestleMania, then so be it. I could care less. You know who Roman Reigns is to me? Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar has classic album after classic album after classic album after classic album, continuously.
Y'all say he was Drake.
Sure. Now he is Drake. Don't get me wrong, but what he feels like to me right now is a Kendrick Lamar. He's definitely Drake. Don't get it twisted. But what he feels like right now is a Kendrick Lamar to me. Now Kendrick Lamar took 5 years to return with his Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers. Now, is he invalidated for his greatness and everything that he's contributed already because he hasn't been in the paint for 5 years? Absolutely not. And then he reminded us why when he dropped that beautiful classic album. Now, if y'all want to come at me and say that he is not having an incredible reign because he didn't perform to your specific standards of what a champion should be actually doing this year, that's exactly what you guys are saying. You're saying that how can he have a great title reign if he's only had 11 defenses this year? And I say the same reason why he can have one is because everybody that he would go against, he's already beaten. Unless you want to see him go against Gunther. Unless you want to see him go against
absolutely.
Unless and we already
want to see him go against Gunther,
and he's not ready for that. You know why? Because Gunther's still the IC title. So as far as I'm concerned, there's nobody right now that Roman Reigns can go against that would matter. So I think he should wait until WrestleMania, and then you know what? I think he should win, and then next year he can perform even less dates, and we can have the same conversation because this is what greatness is all about. I am a Roman Reigns guy. I believe in the tribal chief. That's just how I feel.
We are all Roman Reigns fans. Don't get it twisted.
I'm just talking about these 11 matches. Fans. It's insane because when he gets to WrestleMania, he's going to fight somebody he already beat, right?
Why do you want more matches?
So we just talking about 2023,
for what?
Man.
Why do y'all want more matches?
We want to see him, man. This story is amazing. We want to see him.
More matches?
Why? Why do you guys want more matches?
Cooley. He said, "Why do we want more matches?"
Because this man is a universal champion.
Y'all are, you know what y'all are, man. Y'all are convenient. And
listen to me.
I'm listening.
What is that?
What? I don't know what that is, but I made it up. You know.
All right, look, Sylvan, listen to me. I will explain to you why we want to see Roman Reigns. We want to see Roman Reigns wrestle because we think that Roman Reigns is an incredible wrestler, and we are wrestling fans who watch wrestling every week. We want to see the best guys compete. That's just what it is. Like I watch LeBron James because I want to see LeBron James play. I don't want to see LeBron James sit on the bench while the Lakers play. I want to see LeBron James out there playing. I watch wrestling. I want to see Roman Reigns wrestle. Roman Reigns doesn't have to wrestle. Well, that's because I felt like John Cena wasn't that great of a wrestler in the ring. I'm sorry. Like I love. Why did you make me say that, bro? Why would you make me admit that live on air?
He baited you.
I love John Cena. I love John Cena, but I didn't think that John Cena was that great of a wrestler. Like, so I didn't want to see John Cena matches, to be honest. Like John Cena's best matches were with competitors that were better than him. Let's be honest. Like his best matches were with CM Punk and like Bryan Danielson, and that's because they carried. Let's just be honest. But Roman Reigns, I feel like Roman Reigns really can go. Like when that bell rings, people pretend that Roman Reigns can't wrestle, but Roman Reigns is nice. He hella nice when that bell rings. So I just want to see more of that. I'm not saying that he has to wrestle every week like Orange Cassidy or something, but I want to see him wrestle more than 7 times like a year. 7 times and 4 times on house shows, it's like, bro, come on, man.
I think also,
at least give me 15 to 20.
I think also though we got to be real. Like Roman Reigns is a top. Let's just from a grounded standpoint, Roman Reigns is the number 1 priority at WWE. If Roman Reigns has any type of injury, this messes up plans that are 6 months already in the making. There's a lot that are based around.
Bro, who cares?
No, that's not the reason.
It's wrestling.
We know. Come on, bro. We know, bro. But we know. Come on, bro. Like look, I don't agree with this method. I'm not saying like I don't necessarily agree with this method, but we know that that's the case, bro. Nobody's ever been this heralded.
No, it's not,
bro. Who's the last wrestler that's been this heralded and this protected in wrestling ever? There has been nobody, bro.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh God. With the championship title.
Brock Lesnar is
with the championship title.
Run.
Bro, no,
yes, because he had the championship and the Rock too when the Rock was champion.
The Rock most
John
definitely
Cena or whatever.
For
he
how
had it for
long?
a year, bro.
For one, this is 3 years we're talking about, bro. 3 years. We have seen.
But Roman. But the thing is, Roman Reigns is a whole little part-time, like wrestling 11 matches in a year. That didn't start until this last contract.
Yeah.
Like at some point, we got to keep it honest, man. It's not about avoiding injuries or about him being heralded. Or it ain't about none of that bullshit. The fact of the matter is Roman Reigns is a big star and he signed a contract that only had a specific amount of dates in that contract. And WWE used up most of those dates earlier this year in the lead into WrestleMania. After WrestleMania was done, he probably only had about 16 appearances left on his contract. So you know what they did? They sent him home space those appearances out until we got to the end of the year. The only reason Roman Reigns is not on our TV right now is because he's used all his dates up for 2023. And anytime he goes more dates than what's already in his contract, WWE would have to pay for that. That's the truth. This is about that money. This is about that paper. And I'm not mad at it because Brock Lesnar had the same contract. The Rock has the same contract. This is star treatment.
I truly don't see what's wrong with that when we're still having a good time with the product that we have. When Roman Reigns gets on television, I'm very excited. I don't want to see him every single week. I'm okay when he's taking time away. I'm sorry. I feel good about it. Now, I understand you purists want to see him defend his title 25 times in each a year and have competitive matches with Gunther. You know what I mean? I get it. I understand that that's how you guys feel. But I am okay. I hope he takes less time next year. You know why? Because it'll make me miss him that much more. Every time you guys see a champion on TV every single week, you get sick of him. Look at you. You're sick of MJF already. The guy is going babyface. He's on your television every single week. And you're all like, I don't. No. And you guys just told me. Qwan just told me. I'm tired of this guy's heel run. I want to see him go back. I mean, babyface run. I want to see him go back to being a heel because you're tired of seeing him every week. Well, as far as I'm tired of him, you were tired of Cody Rhodes. Last time I saw him, you're like, Cody Rhodes is all in my face. I'm tired of this guy being the face of the company. I'm tired of Cody Rhodes, and you know why? Because we see him every single Raw.
That was you. You were upset about that last week.
I mean, yeah, I don't care though. I'm just making an argument. All I'm saying is that I like seeing Roman Reigns. I like seeing Roman Reigns not be on my television set every single day. I want him to take less time off. I think it's great for the company. I think he should piss even more people off. So when he comes on, he can gain even more heel heat and be the number one guy. I like this, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm a sick guy.
We need Roman, man. I miss that theme. We need Roman.
Facts. And for the record, you are the purist, Sylvan, because you sat here crying last week because you wanted the title to be prestigious, and you were upset that Cody Rhodes was the leader of the team and not the prestigious world champion. Like, I don't care about no goddamn prestige. All I care about is if I'm entertained. And when Roman Reigns wrestles, I'm entertained. So I want more of that because I want to be entertained. But that's just me. Let us know how y'all feel out there right now. Is Roman Reigns wrestling 11 matches a year, 4 on house shows and 7 on live TV? Is that acceptable from a world champion? Is that what you want to see from a world champion? Let us know down below. Now, it is time.